This is an emergency broadcast on all YouTube bulletin stations. There is currently a massive emergency. Please panic and run around like your knickers are on fire. Remember to stay tuned to the Gooner Channel for further updates. There is currently an emergency. Arsenal have yet to sign any significant players. All the players you want are as yet unsigned. Please behave like children. This is an emergency, Further broadcasts will be available on the Gooner Channel.
Yeah. Mic check, 1, 2. Peace to the Screen Kings crew in the digital lounge. After hours swing, football banter, late night vibes. Only real ones here, subscribe and survive. Yo, it's 2 a.m. light dim like a VAR booth. After hours FC where we speak the raw truth. No scripts, no beef, just vibes and finesse. We click, go live, now we clean the mix. Stand on the panel, voice slick like lacquer. Cracking jokes like you Wenger with the banter factor. It's Rosie in the chat, always dropping the heat. With them one-liners quicker than a soccer fast feet. Gary spins theories deep like Mongol dust. Swear we got the vision of a young Fabregas trust. And Earth Vader wild singing he's Arteta out. Sammy G laughs so hard, nearly spits his drink out.
Hours, no hate, just pure fire.
Is it safe to come out? Are the shouty, ranty, really angry people still about? Pre-season friendly? What's up? It's Thursday night. Welcome to the Adams Arms, a hostelry for the hopeful and a place where football is still fun. And if you're not feeling the love right now, we're going to do everything we can to put you in a better mood. Why? War was not declared yesterday. The apocalypse was not declared yesterday. Things are not as bad as you all think they are. They're just not. They're simply not as bad as you think they are. Am I saying that you shouldn't be pissed off because it was a bad game? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you can't be disappointed about a game, but it's just not as much fun being an Arsenal fan in the YouTuber sphere. I am keeping a low profile. Obviously, the Adams Arms is open for the people who know, and when you know, you know. Love to all of you. But the reality is, like, I watch these games and think, oh, shit, and that was boring, and we haven't quite found our style yet. I mean, I was watching Yardman talking to Robbie Lyle on the AFTV. It was about as far as I got watching the. He was going, we should have played Gyökeres for 90 minutes. Why? What's he saying? Is like he's a professional footballer. He has to play 90 minutes, like Yardman. And to the rest of you who agree with him, which hopefully is not many because that's mental. But for all of you that think we should have played Gyökeres 90 minutes yesterday, I think we've got a team of sports scientists, doctors, physiotherapists, generally people who are paid quite handsomely to know, because they studied it, how many minutes are optimal in the run-up to pre-season, particularly for a player who hasn't trained with the team. And I think they deduced that 63-ish minutes was about enough. And look, we lose the match. If we'd won the match yesterday, how many of you would have been going, oh my God, this is brilliant, this is amazing? There's a few of you. I can already know who is out there. Some of you are very, very upset indeed. And I think a little bit of perhaps context, perhaps some reality, like, it is just a pre-season friendly. We can talk about it. We're here. I'm here to help you. I want to be available to you so that you can discuss it if it's upset you that we didn't play that well. I tell you what, I personally was very frustrated that we bring in a player like Gyökeres, who is, he's an out-and-out striker, goal hanger. That's what I wanted him to be. One of the problems I've always had with Kai Havertz in that forward role is that he drops too deep. And then what happened yesterday? Gyökeres dropped too deep. So it does feel a little bit like this might be a tactical misstep from Mikel Arteta, who I know is not everybody's favourite or cup of tea. But I don't really care who you like and who you don't like. And I don't know why you do. Just let's all take a deep breath. Oh, that's good. And let's just remember that we lost a pre-season friendly to Villarreal. We did have most of the game. Our finishing wasn't great. Some poor defending. Kivior, who looked so good at the end of last season, maybe he wants to leave. We can discuss that. Kivior wasn't great. There were some performances that weren't outstanding. Martinelli's hardly inspiring at the moment, is he? Like, he has that one trick, get to the byline, and then before looking up to see if there's anyone free, just wallop it into the area. Odegaard looked better. What's that you say? How am I pronouncing Odegaard? I'm pronouncing it the right way, aren't I? I'd help you to pronounce it. It's pronounced Odegaard. Right, that's cleared that up. Big love to Sean. Hope you're in. That's one of his ideas. I blame him for that. Let's go through these because, you know, the other thing is last couple of shows I have not caught up with. You start off with all these beautiful comments and I can't read them all out. So, Lone Star Londoner, great Lone Star Londoner. You do have your own song. I just can't play all of it. But I will later on, maybe. Let me know if you want me to. He says, and it's great to see you, by the way, of course we are ready. Mark my words, in 10 days' time, Arsenal will play their strongest available lineup. Don't give up before we start. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up at all. I've lived through much worse than this. I've lived through... The only thing I haven't lived through is the kind of tantruming toddler sort of attitude of football fan, a modern football fan, who are going to be going, it's not good enough. I want more. I want better. I want more. And that's all right. Be that. Idris Adam, hey, look at this. Mob Boss is here. I'm guessing you're not happy. Big up to you, though, says Lone Star Londoner. And I would second that with a massive elevations from the heart of the Adams Arms. I'm still, here we go. Didn't waste any time in proving me right. I'm still fuming over yesterday. Don't be, mate. Don't fume. Arteta's Warlords. That's the new one. I haven't heard Warlords. I don't think that's appropriate. Especially the world so riven and divided by actual conflict. Do you get this angry about anything else? Are you just perpetually angry about everything? I hope not. I hope you're here to chill out, calm down. We'll get Fresh Drip, hopefully, to roll you one of his herbal cigarettes. One more game until pre-season is up. I think we all know that. They might do it behind closed doors. I don't think it matters. As long as we're ready against Manchester United, can you just reserve your I'm fumings for when we actually play competitive matches that mean something? There aren't 8 or 9 substitutions in. I just put it out there. Like, you know, this is not the same as watching an actual Premier League game. We lose very few actual Premier League games. We lost 5 last season. That's not terrible, is it? Are you fuming still, really, honestly? Tottenham lost today. They did. They got absolutely battered. Bayern Munich. It was an interesting game now because you've got so many players now in between. Harry Kane and Matthias Tell swapping sides. There's 1 or 2 players. I noticed that I was a bit late in getting my bets on for that one, but it was great. I watched the last bit of it and good old Tottenham. If we lose, they lose harder. Mind you, they are taking on Bayern Munich, for God's sakes. Hammered 4-0. Bayern 4 versus Tottenham. Mob, we're going to be at each other's necks after Sunday unless Arsenal win. I'm not. If you want to already been a lot of punches, no, they haven't. Don't be stupid. This generation are handbags, mate. Keyboard warriors. Oh, mighty keyboard warriors. Give me a fucking break. Nobody is actually having a punch up because of a fucking pre-season friendly. Don't be ridiculous. And if you think they are, can you do me a lemon? Could you video it and send it to me? Because I'd love that. I'd love to watch some douchebag hitting another douchebag with his douchebag. Emergency, emergency, emergency. We don't have emergencies in Texas, but if we do, they're bigger than anywhere else. Great to see you. My God, I missed. I couldn't believe I missed. You all know what happens. I was going to do this for Lone Star as well, but I mean, all we do is I'm going to do a radio station, Radio Gooner Channel. It's one of the most dangerous types of wind there is, hawk wind. And I'm proud to have hawk wind in the house. So where are we? Rodrigo Eze to Arsenal might happen apparently. Let us know more as that breaks and develops. Idris Adam, you are the breaking news. Big up, boss man and the Adams Arms fam. Big up, massive elevations, Malia. Always great to see you. I'm going to get you on the show one of these days, Malia. You know that. Mob boss, love the intro. All of it too. I hope I never make you angry. Sammy Mockbell, BBC. We're quoting Sammy Mockbell now. I do think Eberechi owes it to Arsenal. I saw that. We all saw that. That's ancient. Sean's waving. Or doing something with his right hand. Great to see you, mate. Enjoyed our chat earlier very, very much. Kermit's middle finger. A solitary ribbit. It feels almost a little sad. And Idrissa Dam, without the little frog emoji, also says a ribbit. Is that how it's going to be now on YouTube? I'm just going to ribbit. Evening, landlord. I'll a pint of whatever we've given that Bristolian Herbert and a packet of Settlers Tums, please. The pipes are cleaning. Richard Andrews is here. That's me reading Idrissa Dam and Richard all at the same time. Richard, I can read, I promise you. Richard Andrews, hello, good to see you, and bloody good to see you too. Mosquera is more menacing than Mascari. Looks good to me. I thought Hooby Dooby Zooby Mendy looked brilliant as well. So I honestly, like 100% pass completion, 100% dual completion. Some bright spots. Madueke didn't. Look, there were some disappointments yesterday. I'm not trying to be the guy that says, "Hey, it was brilliant. It was really good." If you looked at the XG, if you looked at the, no, I'm not doing that. It was shit. It was boring. We played badly. That does happen. Isn't it better that it happens pre-season than on the actual day? There's a lot of players to integrate into a squad, and we saw quite a few of them. Norgod, gotta say, good goal, huh? Mosquera looked good. Give you a less so. I thought Odegaard looked good. Odegaard. I don't know how to say it.
Help you to pronounce it. It's pronounced Odegaard.
I like that then. I'm just going to do this a lot today, guys. Stay with me. Stay with me. This is not overly serious tonight. I can't do it. I'm just not. Football for me is not supposed. Listen, I've got a job and a family, and the world is in conflict and crisis. If I really wanted stress, I wouldn't be watching football now, would I? Come on. It's escapism, isn't it? Could be worse as well, by the way. Could be Spurs. My boss. Idrissa Dam, I heard Eze asked to play the Community Shield. I don't know if that's true. I've heard the speculation that that's what's happening, and let him. I mentioned that on Tuesday. Malia, I trust you're well, young lady. Oh, look how chivalrous and how, what's the word I'm looking for? Suave. Zanzi, you suave son of a... Peachy, happy as a clam here. Happy as a clam in Texas. Big up Laguna. Massive elevations to you, half volley 1886. Let's see if we can continue the incredibly good work you did last Tuesday, the last outing on the Tuesday Club. This, of course, is a Thursday late night lock-in. Who knows how long it'll go, what we can talk about, and who will join us. But it's a good crowd already, so make sure you're settled down for the evening. Also, I just want to address this because we were talking about this with Sean earlier. Look, I don't really care if you subscribe or not. It doesn't make any difference to me. And if you don't like it, don't like it. You know, if you're the sort of person who rations your likes, I must only give one like every calendar year to a show that probably isn't going to be this one. All right, I'll give you that. But, you know, if you realise they're free and you feel like dishing one out, always makes me a bit happy at the end of the show to look how many likes we've got. But it really doesn't make any difference. Malia, we lost the match yesterday. We're losing the league. We're losing everything. We're losing my hair and everything is over. We're doomed. We're doomed. Arteta out, Arteta in. The players out and knock the stadium down as well. And while you're at it, knock that bloody stadium down. We knocked Highbury down, although it's still there, so that we could compete with Real Madrid, who we beat last season home and away. That scrub Nicolas Pepe scored on us. How are you not embarrassed? Because I wasn't playing? Mob? Like, how are you embarrassed? Like, I'm a grown man. What do you want from me? Like, if I fuck up, if I do something wrong, if I lose my job or I break a law or do something daft, I'm embarrassed. I support my club. I love my club, but like embarrassment, you're just embarrassed if you go around attaching. Like, don't be silly. Actually, let's not have a debate that's just pointless. How are you not embarrassed? Don't ask me to be embarrassed. Is that what you like? Let's have the conversation. If you're asking me to be embarrassed, if you want a sensible conversation about why a grown man with a family and a job and who's managed to get to 51 without dying in some stupid accident isn't embarrassed when we lose a pre-season friendly to Villarreal, I can answer that question, but it would make me think less of you if you needed me to. Sky's falling down. Hey, Zandy, I'm good, thanks. Also, there's loads of shows. Mob, like I love you being here, you know that. But there are loads of go and chat on other people's channels where they're talking about how everything's shit and everything's bad and we need to sack everyone. People who've never done anything in their life have incredibly high standards for other people, don't they? Ribbit. Martin Gale was useless yet again. I think you meant Martinelli, and I'll take that, and he was. Nice to see you talking so much. Eze and Rodrigo to Arsenal. Eze, Rodrigo, Kylian Mbappe, everyone. Vinicius Jr., let's have them all. The kid Dalman had a great potential, but let's be real, the lad is having a few weeks off, then it's back to school. Yeah. Deluded Gooner was talking about he's got to do his GCSEs. I think, don't know if he does have to do his GCSEs. You can always do them when you're older. But no, he is going back to school, isn't he? Martinelli was about as useful as an ashtray on a motorbike. True that. Sure, the result was not great. However, we are still pre-season, and there was Max who was great. Norgard played well, so we can move on Saturday and hopefully have a better result against Bilbao. Is it bad that I just want to see the world burning a little bit? Because honestly, right, if we lose on Saturday, I think it'd be fun to watch the meltdown. Meltdowns are fun. Let's have more meltdowns. Way, Tottenham is rubbish today. Grammar, Idris Adam. Tottenham are rubbish today. I'm a bit like that. Pre-season is all about building fitness levels. I know. Mate, everything I know about fitness levels could be summarized by the word kebab. I have no idea, right? Some of you play football, you kept yourselves in shape, and you would have a lot more to say about this than me. I'm pretty certain that we did not play the game yesterday so that we could win some trophy or other. Look at this, my hero, Deluded Gooner. An absolute pleasure to welcome you. And if I loved your shout out the other day on the channel, absolutely loved it. The pub, if you know, you know. Absolutely an honor to have you here. Definitely think you're producing the. I watched Deluded Gooner do the watch along yesterday. And it improved. I know you weren't particularly happy about the result either, but it's that kind of, we're stuck in a halfway house, aren't we? We've got top Gooners, bottom Gooners, mid Gooners. We're all just Gooners, aren't we? Aren't we all just? And can I say, Deluded, having Kenny Ken on your show, I don't agree with a lot of Kenny Ken's football views, but the man is a musical legend, right? So love that you had him on there. For me, as somebody who used to go to Labyrinth in Dalston, listen to the original Jungle in 1993, 94, and Kenny Ken was a musical inspiration. Hawkwind, people deluded. Spurs could have got rinsed 7 or 8. Yeah, it was a bad show by them. I haven't looked. Can someone tell me, has Expressions done a whole fuming thing? Because fuming is like the word of the year, isn't it? Fuming. Everybody's fuming about everything. What are you going to do if something bad happens? That's what I want to know. Look at this. Earth Vader. Oi. Razor, Earth Vader here, just watching a show when having a scrumpy and some Pringles. You want some? What flavour? What flavour Pringles do you eat? That's what I want to know. I don't give a shit about the pre-season friendlies. I just want to know what flavour Pringles you're on. Can we have a quick bet? Just everyone in the comments. Guarantee they're cheese and that's some random flavour. Some. You've probably got tractor oil flavour or something. I hope you washed your hands as well. Half volley, 1886. As Zanzi pointed out, the more I look at your little picture there, the more I realise it's not a half volley. Just saying. Some fans need a dopamine hit from every game they're losing their shit over a nothing game. We never. I swear. Let me tell you a little. I want to tell you a story. I want to talk to you about why I'm an Arsenal fan, right? And I want to hear from you. I want to do a little sequence of videos. I want to get some of you on the show and talk about why you're actually Arsenal fans. For me. Single parent family living in Sean would argue that it's Gospel Oak. Say Gospel Oak, right? I always say Kentish Town. Most people haven't heard of Gospel Oak, but we grew up in Gospel Oak. But I went to school in West Hampstead. We'd moved from West Hampstead and used to do an after school club where kids whose parents weren't around could stay till 6. I used to stay till 6, and we had a guy turned up. There's some volunteers turned up, and they sort of let us kick a football about, and they supervised us kicking a football about. And I remember this was in the early 80s. This is 1983. And he had an earring in both ears. So we all speculated that he might be gay. How times have changed, eh? But anyway, I digress. But a friend of his also turned up, a guy called Winston, and he knew a bit about football. So he taught us how to trap a ball and kick a ball. Bear in mind, I'm 9 years old at this point. And he found out I was one of the only Arsenal fans in my West Hampstead school, which is shocking, really. I'm sure it's not the case anymore. But he asked me and my mate Mark if we wanted to go to Highbury. and watch the Arsenal. And I knew I was an Arsenal fan because I've been told I was an Arsenal fan by my uncle. But my uncle didn't want anything to do with us at the time because my mum had married a fella that was the wrong colour for him. So he was like, no, not doing it. Dickhead. But he basically wasn't in my life. I just had me and my mum and my friends. But like no one ever offered to take me to the football. And I said to Winston, I don't know if my mum would let me. So he actually walked with me to West Hampstead train station, waited for my mum to show up. And when my mum arrived, like she didn't blink at all, and me standing next to some guy in his 30s, big heavy set guy with a donkey jacket on, going, is it all right if I take your son to the football? And she was like, oh, that'd be brilliant. So that Saturday, he took me. It was April 12th. It was around April 12th because my mum's birthday. I went and saw Arsenal Southampton, 1983. We were 10th, they were 12th. I didn't know what league position we were in. I didn't have a program. I didn't know anything. I didn't know who the manager was. Didn't know who any of the players were. We got there. It was just mad going on the tube from West Hampstead. And then basically it was just this incredible experience of being in a place where I felt like I belonged. Arsenal fans were just like the people around the area. All, mostly, let's face it was all men really, but men not there wasn't a lot of older guys there either, so it was younger guys in their 30s and younger, and we were all cheering and shouting. I didn't know any of the words, any of the songs. I just took in the atmosphere and I fell in love with Highbury straight away, and I was an Arsenal fan. And it never occurred, I didn't know what a league was. I didn't know if we were going to win a league, not win a league. I didn't know we were already out of the League Cup at that point. No surprises, we'd gone out to Man United. Nothing ever changes, does it? We went out to Man United in the FA Cup about 2 weeks later, but I didn't even know. We got to the semi-finals. I didn't know anything about football. I just knew that they were my people and I belonged there and I loved them. And it became my church. It became my congregation. It became a place for me to cheer. Like that moment when a goal nearly goes in and you all gasp together. That sense of togetherness, that belonging, that community. It was always about community and belonging for me. And you can't have a community without unity. So when I look now at people, I wonder if in that North Bank, it could ever have happened that someone goes, you're not as much of a Gooner as me if you're happy that we're only drawing with Southampton 0-0 and so on. And people talk to me about standards. My standards weren't anything back then. Over the years, I have learned a lot about football and I've loved a lot about football and I've seen us win trophies. I'm not pretending I haven't. I've seen us win Invincibles. I was at every home game for that. I loved Highbury. It was a spiritual place for me. And I accepted we needed to tear it down so that more people could come and see the matches. But now, all I hear is anyone talking about is we need to win things. We need silverware. No, you don't, mate. You're Arsenal. And if you chose to be an Arsenal fan, I want to hear why. Because I've spoken to people over the past and they've gone, well, I was an Arsenal fan because I like the style of football. You're a bit of a wally then, aren't you? You're a total wally if you start supporting a football club because you can't change your mind once you started. Although I will allow certain people to leave if they want to go. You can go if you all you can do is bitch about us. If you don't like the board and you don't like the manager and you don't like the coaching staff, you don't like the players, you don't like the other fans, jog on. But for me, being an Arsenal fan didn't have anything to do with silverware. That was 83, by the way. 87, after George Graham had come in and no one wanted him. That's the truth. No one wanted Georgie. We wanted Alex Ferguson. He turned us down and he recommended Georgie and we took him off Millwall. But don't forget, George Graham was a double winner as well. And in 87, we beat Liverpool despite them going a goal up in the League Cup. What? And so I've seen some wins and I've seen some, but it was never about winning. And I don't know why it is so much about winning now. And I want to hear from you. I want to know, I know how Zanzi got into it. It's a good story and hopefully he'll share it with you again at some point. But that's for me, when I look at fuming, angry, I go, don't be. Just go to a match. Go to a match and stand with the other people and realise you belong. There's nobody at the door says you can't be an Arsenal fan. Everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome. You don't have to be from London. You don't have to be a certain height. You don't have to be a certain shape. Thank God. Those old turnstiles at Highbury as well. I don't know if I'd get through them now. But anyway, I digress. What I'm saying is that being an Arsenal fan, being a football fan is entry into a club. It's about belonging and love and togetherness. And yeah, we have a bit of banter. And yes, on that game against Southampton, they were singing some pretty colourful songs about Peter Shilton beating his missus. I don't know if any of that's true. Winston had to explain it to me. He's like, yeah, they're giving him... The other one I remember is they were all cheering for Petrovic. And I don't think I ever saw Petrovic play, but I was going, what are they doing? So they're cheering to bring. There are only 2 subs back then as well. Don't forget, they're cheering to bring on Petrovic, and I was like, "Who's Petrovic?" He goes, "Well, he's this player we signed. It was one of the very few foreign players we had." I said, "Well, why are they shouting for him to come on?" And he said they're trying to G up the players on the pitch. That's what Arsenal, being an Arsenal fan, is. You G up the players. I don't remember anyone ever shouting or booing abuse. So when's that changed? And is it better now? That's what I want to know. Richard, agreed, half volley. Look at the avatar, it's legendary. Lone Star, some fans have been madder than a wet hen after really litmus test is in 10 days' time. Yeah, and you know what? We win that 4-0 and they'll all be excitable, and then we lose. We've got some beastly games coming up, haven't we? If it were a loan, there would have be some kind of commitment obligation. You're doing a lot of news. I think we need to slow down the news a little bit. Muscara is super quick, and that would hold him in good stead. Yeah, he does look. He looks the shit. I'm not going to lie. Sean was telling me earlier as well that he said he only wanted to go if it was Arsenal. So look at that. Love the Swedish chef. Thank you for the suggestion. Roll up. Get your Gooner subscriptions here. Only half price for today, but they're not half price, by the way. Nothing's half price. We never give anything away you can charge good money for. Hawkwind says Malia. Ross Morgan's here. Still my favourite little picture, I think. Banter. Zandy. Everyone. Mr. Tom's here. Fantastic, Mr. Tom. Hello, everyone of the Dan Gooniverse. There already is a Gooniverse, and I do think it's a brilliant name if only I'd thought of it. I can't believe I got away with a Gooner, to be honest with you. And then about a year after I had my channel, my missus was like, aren't you worried that people are going to think it's a channel about masturbation? And I was like, no. I quite like the idea that some people tune in and kind of waiting. It's never been that. It's never been that. Oh, it's not going to be that. Hawkwind is a silver machine you want to ride on. I know, I've heard the lyrics. Anders! If I may call you Anders, you are ready after game 2. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm not ready for game 2. Have you seen our... It's not right. It's somebody, like whoever... I've got to tell you, man, like our run of games, the first 6 games, I think we'll be doing well to get like 6 points. Lord Thomas of Leeds, how the devil are you today, my lord? It is first game at Emirates. Rose Geezer, I might take it, Zanzi. Right, I've got to get through. Put some decent sour cream and onion Pringles are the best. It's chive, sour cream and chive. Don't argue with a fat lad about crisps, all right? Zanzi, I'm excellent. Walking is genuinely improving. That is outstanding news. You are a very loved member of this community, even though you're a Leeds fan. See, that's possible. That's possible. Sour cream and onion Pringles. Bollocks. I went a bit Guy Ritchie there. Bollocks. Yes, I'm thinking of becoming a bit more Guy Ritchie. I watched the whole 10 episodes of Mobland because the missus was away. Pringles barbecue is my favourite flavour. Breaking news. Give you gas, lad. Don't have to worry about that. I went to the same fixture in 93, Arsenal versus Southampton at Highbury. That was a much better year than 83. Mr. Greenwood. Evening, folks. Just popping in to say hi. I hope everyone is well. I did this. I thought of you doing this.
I'd help you to pronounce it. It's pronounced good.
Highbrow. That's what you get. You get highbrow. You know, we get a lot of people who come to the Adams Arms and they're worried they're intellectually not going to be up to the challenge. 7 Arsenal women have been nominated. I'm not reading all that. It's too much. Ross, you saucy slag. When are we getting the next emergency stream of World Slag Association? Just so I know. Must know that. Miles Lewis Kelly has been nominated among 10-man shortlist for the 25 Copper Trophy. This is the world of football now, isn't it? Look, it can't just be me, and bollocks if it is, because who the hell's ever heard of the Copa Trophy, a Ballon d'Or equivalent for the under-21 players? Is it? Who name the last 3 winners of the Coppa Trophy then? That you can't. And don't Google it. Google's busy. On this day in 2012, Arsenal signed Santi Cazorla. Or Cazorla. I have no idea how to pronounce it. I don't know why I even try. Oi, Greenwood. None of that foreign chat here, mate. Yes, exactly that. Fair play to you, the Gooner. Glad to see an Arsenal fan who doesn't see things black and white like a large portion of our online fan base. That's why I love the Gooner, because we talked like I always think, is it the sort of person that I'd sit next to at a match and go, yeah. There are people I wouldn't sit next to in any situation. I wouldn't sit next to in any situation. You know, like there are just some very noxious people out there who've become pantomime villains. I didn't like it when Dean made us play the old Wembley in Europe. Bad move it was. It's inevitable. We had to. Do you know, like, because of the ruling that UEFA have with the advertising space, it meant that if we'd played at Highbury, we would have had a capacity of 32,000. And I went to all of the Wembley games, and they were shit. And it was a nightmare getting home. I remember like getting stuck in this queue under the Bobby Moore Bridge. They kept doing the Tannoy announcement. Please queue under the Bobby Moore, and we were all going under the Bobby Moore Bridge, but anyway, it was shit at Wembley. Also, the only time I've ever got food poisoning at a football match was from one of the burgers at Wembley. But Sean, it was me and Gavs, and we walked all the way around, and we found one place that was half the price of everyone else. So that's where we went for our burgers that night, and never again. The optics are frankly terrible after the Villarreal game. We're seeing a 14.1% decline in the potential goal scoring opportunities. Like, come on. The optics, who cares? You're still going to be an Arsenal fan, aren't you? You've chosen Arsenal. This is it now. It's like if you're someone in your family does something really embarrassing, you're still family, isn't it? Like, and everyone comment. Does anyone care? I don't know how many of you will, before you close your eyes for the last time and meet whatever maker you've decided you have, whether you'll be going, that Villarreal game. Oh. Right, so fuck it. I don't remember who we played last season in pre-season friendly. Thoughts on the first game at Old Trafford? I think it's winnable. I think Man United, guys, quite fun watching them be shit. For all the years that they absolutely dominated football, it's been a lot of fun watching them be poop. So a lot of helloing. Mate, look at this. This guy keeps my late nights alive. See, this is why he's the king of YouTube, because he says the right thing at the right time. And Boy Tendio is not far behind with intellectual stimulation is overrated, to be honest. Just read a book. Thanks. Fucking thanks. What do you mean? This is like intellectual stimulation. It's not my fault that, like, oh, mate. I saw Arsenal versus Wolverhampton at Highbury before. Yeah. I was vexed about the performance, to be fair, my guy. Yeah, man, like we all were. Like we just were, because it's not, I wasn't pissed off that we lost. We had the game. I went on the Canon podcast. I looked at the Canon podcast. It didn't go on it. They didn't have me on it. But I went on and watched it. I like those guys. But there is a point where I'm just not smart enough to get the tacticos. You know, field tilt and the blah, 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 blah. I was like, mate, I watched the game. We did exactly the same shit that we did towards the end of last season, and I wasn't enjoying that either. So could we get to a point where Martinelli does actually pass it to somebody in the right colour shirt? Could we get to the point where to be relying on Max Dowman coming on? Kenny Ken was one of the first pioneering jungle DJs, and he was absolutely, like, there were a few names: Slip Matt Randall, Kenny Ken. But he played, I think one of his first ever gigs was in Dalston at what was the Four Aces Club. It's torn down now because they had to build a transport infrastructure. God knows if you think tearing down Highbury was bad, at least it's still there. The Four Aces Club is the Four Aces Club was badly missed. Friday nights. Oi, oi, Savoy! That sort of thing. You know, good old-fashioned music, jungleism. Junglist massive. I'll get you on in a second, Zandy. Oi, our pub optics are spotless, mate. You're gone a bit Ray Winston from your gangster film. It's right up there with your Matt Berry. Mother! I'm something. There is a real me as well. I'm not just some pastiche of different silly characters. I remember standing behind a goal at Loftus Road mid-80s. We had a lad, Steve Williams, always miserable, using serious industrial language. Boy, he could pass a ball, though. Charles, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Sherian, it's a beautiful name. Sheshko versus Gyok lining up each other. Destiny's changing course. Who will get the better? Sean and I had a really long conversation about this. I have to say, I've seen so much more of Benjamin Sheshko, and I think all of the chat about how he's not going to score straight away is kind of silly, because Gyökeres may not score straight away. Sheshko might do really well. I don't know where he's going though. Is he going to Man United? Who goes to Man United? I found a dead lizard under my tables, Andy. It was a decent snack. All right, or charge extra for the food, will you? Here we go. Dead lizard rather than the latter. My first Arsenal game I went to was in December 1994. My uncle had me leave at 1-0 Leeds with 10 minutes left to beat traffic. I missed 3 goals. It finished 3-1 Leeds. I don't remember that. Are you sure? I'd remember that. That was around the time I was going. Those people can't hit a barn door. What kind of penalty was that from Noni Madueke? Were there penalties? Shut up. Did they do penalties? Did they really do penalties? I did not see the penalties. Deluded, if you're still here, did you commentate on the penalties? I just cut out. I was done. I was like, nah, it's a shit game. Don't care. I won money on over 4.5 goals, if anyone cares. Boy Tendio, well-dried geckos in different flavours. The bacon ones are good. I'm more concerned about the fitness levels of Calafiori, Gabriel and Timber. We need all the bodies at Old Trafford because it's going to be a fitness test. They're going to have the same problems. Oh, stop it, Rosie. Bob, you always get me with this. Fan dabby, Rosie. I don't want to consider Shesh versus Gyok. We had long enough to think about that. Let me get, the copy mark in here. Is Bob Mortimer okay? Bob Mortimer's better than Ukimi. Okay, the Canon podcast have zero clue. Bob, you're quite a critical person, aren't you? What is it? What makes you so well informed compared to the other people in the world? They haven't watched enough games to have a good eye test. All they see is stats and that AI. I don't know. I don't. That never used to be a thing either. Standing on the terraces, it wasn't like your eye's not good enough. My eyes are not good enough, by the way. By the end of my time at Highbury, we used to go with Chris. If there was a goal went in, I'll give you an example. Ian Wright, actually not true, because I knew Ian Wright had broke the record when he did. But the first goal he scored against Bolton that day, he come running towards us and he pulled up his T-shirt and they were like, my mate's like, what's that, Sal? I fucking know. Just about work out. It's Ian Wright. You know it's Ian Wright, though. That smile. Only one man has that smile. So good they named him thrice. Anthony's gotten all kind of genteel. He's given it the hi, Rosie. How life is doing today, Rosie? It's like, Odegaard concerns me and I feel he has an undeserved monopoly over the 10 role. Eze changes this and will make us less predictable. I know that obviously Mob doesn't regard the Canon podcast as intelligent. I think they're brilliant. And they were saying, would it be great to swap Rice and Odegaard? And I really think it would be. I'm going to go through these. Oh, look, would you please join me in welcoming in the one-man army that is the cleaner of pipes?
Or the pipe cleaner.
I didn't want to say it that way because you got skinny arms in that picture. I didn't want to say anything, but yeah.
No, they're quite chunky.
Nah, not by my
No,
standards.
I mean, not compared to bloody Herbert. But
Well,
I mean, yeah.
He's all arm, isn't he?
Yeah. He's the Popeye of the Adams arms.
My brain is smooth. I would take anything I say with a pinch of salt. Well, a good seasoning salt. Right. As much as you hate Lee Gunner, he watches a lot of games. Last year, he watched games from all over. I don't love people. I don't get your point. I don't rate the things. And the thing with Lee Gunner is, it's one of them ones where, and if he is still here, I hope he doesn't feel too. The people I like watching, and there aren't as many as there used to be. I like Robbie Lyle a lot, but I mean, listening to him talk to the Yardman, I was like, I can get an opinion this good in a Wetherspoons at lunchtime. The thing with Lee Gunner is I put him on and it's like, it's inauthentic nonsense. And it's kind of like, bless up and he's a baller and everything's relentlessly negative. So I could do my own version of relentlessly negative. Zanzi, ask me any question about football at all. Put him right on the spot there, am I?
How far do you want to go back?
I don't care. Just ask a question because it's dead time. Otherwise, people expect rat-tat-tat, pitter-patter of patter. Right? Let's go.
Right, how many goals did Pele score?
It's shit. Pele was shit. Everything's shit. There you go. I am the new Lee Gunner, and I have an appointment with Arteta.
You have any fucking idea how busy I am, Lee Gunner? Well, fuck you.
There's another inspiration from Sean. We'll be seeing a lot more of that. I couldn't put the whole video together, but I've recreated a scene from Team America using the gunner, and it's just silly because football is fun, isn't it? Or it did used to be. Where are we? So
It's
you
only
need to
fun when you're winning.
Is it? I mean,
But no, it's not actually. No, because I mean, I used to follow Cheltenham about, and I used to follow Carlisle United, and they didn't win anything. So, yeah,
exactly. Swapping Rice and Odegaard. People say anything these days; it wouldn't solve anything. Nothing will solve anything. We're doomed, mob. Good God, mob! I tell you what, it's a bloody good thing you don't watch the news, because if you're this upset about us losing to Villarreal, maybe avoid the telly for a bit. I wish you all a good rest of your evening, says Mr. Tom. And I hope you have a fabulous rest of your evening. Don't get too involved in wrestling.
bye, Mr. Tom.
So did the workers in the local off sales doesn't make you an expert, mob? I like it. I don't know what it means. Watching a lot of something doesn't equate to knowing a lot about something. That's so true. That is so true. My missus loves DIY shows. I've watched a shit ton of DIY stuff. Nope, I'm not putting up shelves.
I watched a lot of films, but ask me something about a
What
film.
sort of films? What sort of films? What sort of films? Anything?
No. Films which are watchable by all ages.
That sounds a bit fruity. Mind you, everything sounds fruity if you want it to. Just because I've watched a bunch of you can't even Boytendia can't even spell physics. doesn't mean I know more than you about physics. Brilliant point. Thank you for saying that, because I was talking I had a really good chat with Sean earlier. We had one of our hot tarts. I tell you what's funny is there are some subjects that people know F all about, and they're quite okay with it. So if I said to the average person in the street, how do you feel about unified string theory, or are you somebody who thinks that wave particle theory is a preeminent idea in modern physics? Most people go, well, I don't know. But if I say to them, what do you think about Brexit? They go, I just think it needs to get done. And if I ask the average Arsenal fan about inverted fullbacks, they're the same. They've all got opinions on stuff. The number of people who were like, I haven't seen Yokkers play. I can't pronounce his name. I don't even know who he is. He might have been a fantastic imagination of some YouTube channel, but I think he's brilliant. It's the whole sphere of football is you've got to be an expert. You've got to know what you're talking about. There can't be a game you don't remember or a goal you don't remember. Obviously, there is for me. Popeye of the Adams arms here. Field test is the percentage of players in opposite half. Doesn't tell you about the quality of chances. Actually, first of all, it's field tilt. And second of all, it's not the percentage of plays in the opposite half. It's the percentage of plays which are directed towards the opposite half or towards the goal that you're shooting at. So hopefully that helps you to appreciate it more. But it is basically a way of knowing. So people are going about, I don't like stats. No one ever complains about shots on target. That's a stat. Goals are a stat. But field tilt is just better than possession. It just tells you what percentage of possession was in a meaningful direction. That's all. But it isn't the percentage of play in the opposite half.
Did you ever?
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you finished.
Nah, never.
No, true. Did you ever see Terry Henry when he is talking about XG?
No, I didn't.
It's interesting because he said you can't work on XG because XG for different people is going to be different. And XG for someone like Harry Kane shooting from the same spot is going to be a different XG from someone like Stuart Pearce shooting from the same spot.
That's
Harry Kane.
That's considered to be true, but also wrong at the same time. And can I just jump in and say why? XG, they take 1,000 times the ball has been in that position and the striker has been in that position, and they tell you what percentage of those they were scored, not what percentage the individual who currently has the ball would score. But that's coming. That will be the next advancement in stats. But
which is what Terry Emery was saying, in the fact that it shouldn't be about who's where the ball is. It should be who's there with the ball.
Yeah, it should be. But that would be very difficult to do until a player has played 10 years or so. There are lots and lots of stats which, like I tell you what, when stats were really first popularized, when Carling Opta sort of started to sell the stats, and there's some really good books on this. I'm absolutely fascinated by the sort of Moneyball equivalency in football. But a lot of teams were using And Sam Allardyce was one of the key proponents of data as well, which surprised a lot of people. But one of the things that he scrapped quite quickly was the amount of distance run by players. So we still use that as a statistic, but they eliminate certain things. So what some of his players would do is they would run to take a throw in, right? And so you'd elevate, like you'd get an elevated reading for how far they've run. Statistics don't tell you everything. Of course they don't. I don't think anyone would find it satisfying if instead of watching games, we all just looked at statistics. But the idea that you can say that statistics don't mean anything is just, it's kind of thing that it's like glorifying ignorance. It's like people who go, I don't need numbers. If you went to a doctor and you're like, I have my test results come, I don't need test results. Well, I've been a doctor 40 years, mate. I've seen enough bowel problems in my life. I'll whack my finger up there, have a root around. I'll tell you exactly what's wrong with you. You probably wouldn't go back to him, would you? I know some of you are thinking, he sounds fun. Perhaps I would visit him. Perhaps I'd pay him to visit me. Chelsea defender Levi Cole out for the season with a knee injury. That's harsh. I don't wish injuries on our rivals, but woe betides any team who ends up with our injury situation last season. Very true. I think we're much better equipped this season if we have the same problem. Check out Tom on his channel. Oh, I can't say that. Check out Tom on his channel. Yes, absolutely. It's wrestling, is it? But Tom's going to be doing. We could do the film review on your channel. I don't mind. Exclusive. Oh, not another break. Idris Adam. Chelsea have submitted an official proposal to sign defender Jacob Kivior. Okay. I've been using the stats, Idris Adam, on your breaking stories, and I can reveal to you now that only 4% of them have actually come to anything. So we need to improve. We need to stop cut and pasting aggregators that basically have women with breasts on. I hadn't seen the IRD comment. He was bullied by Mortimer. He was. Respect stats analysis, but over-reliance on stats by people who spend their time on SofaScore has ruined the game. Hasn't ruined the game. But I do take your point. I do agree with you that, look, we can't just talk about stats. I'm not doing that. We never do that here, do we? Lone Star says, I've watched my girlfriend spend money like no tomorrow for years and I still don't get it. You can do it. You can do this. Bob won fairly and squarely. He did. I hate the inverted. I'd rather see them overlap, if I'm honest. What are we talking about now? Is this roofs? Everyone is entitled to an opinion. One of the greatest lies ever told. No, it's not a lie. Every person is entitled to an opinion. But like I've said before, you're entitled to an opinion like you're entitled to enjoy the smell of your own farts. It doesn't mean anyone else gives a shit about your opinion. If a person offers you an opinion without you asking for it, it's usually worth sod all. If that person offers you an opinion, for example, they want to tell you what they think of Mikel Arteta and the job he's doing, but they've never been a football manager or a football player or worked in football, you have to kind of point out to them, you might not know as much as you think you do. But all of the stupidest people in the world are convinced they know more than anyone. And that's why you get people like Luca, who knows literally nothing. I mean, I'm being generous. He knows literally nothing. And they want to go around telling people who are really good at what they do that they're shit and terrible. And it's great to have high standards for other people. I imagine if the next person who tells me, it will be on the bingo card, by the way, we are going to do this. The next person who tells me that elite level sports is about winning something will probably have a physique not different from mine. And then I do wonder. I love this. The beginning of any sentence, at the end of the day, it gets dark. If Arsenal score more goals than the other team, I'm very happy. Mob, I think there's a general issue here. Don't allow your state of happiness to be entirely governed by people who don't know you exist. That's like me saying, I can't even, the equivalency outside of sport would be impossible. But if Usain Bolt runs 100 meters in 9 seconds, I'll be happy. Otherwise, I'll be unhappy. Just be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Even I felt like a twat then. It takes a lot to make me feel like a twat. Herney was a legend. If you give Messi 100 chances outside the box versus Odegaard, Messi would score 97 to 72. Yeah, let's not get this twisted here. XG gives you a rough idea of how easy the shot that the person took was, right? So that's all. It's not like at the end of the game, they don't tot up the XG and award an extra goal for it. So it's just a way of analysing the game. It's better than shots on target because we all know the shots on target stats bollocks. If you shoot from the halfway line and the keeper plucks it out of the air with one hand, that's technically a shot on target. All XG would do is say that's a 0.01 XG. And you go, all right, so they didn't have that many good chances. I once watched a game between, this would have been in the early 90s, 94, 95. Yeah, with 94. Everton, Aston Villa. Not one team had a shot on target. Ruining football in 94. XG looks at the pattern of play leading to the chance and the quality of the chance. It's an independent. Exactly. Because you'd need far more data than you can probably confirm using just each individual player. But it's not really, like, no one here in the Adams Arms. All right, so Mob, you can admit we don't talk about it very much here. I don't bang on about data. I mean, I read a lot about statistical analysis of football and I find it interesting. But at the end of the day, I watch a match. Like I watched Deluded doing the watch along because it was fun and there was good banter. And like it, to be fair, you need to find the level. Like I like Melina's watch alongs as well. I hope she's all right. I hope she comes later on. I just miss her. But I like people. I like to watch watch-alongs where you think I'd watch a match with this person. And of course, like if you did a watch-along with me, if I'd done a watch-along yesterday, I'd have been like, bollocks. This was boring. It was not good enough. I didn't enjoy it. It was a shit game. But it didn't ruin my life. Tell you the truth, did not ruin a life. I'm a 51-year-old man. Believe I've got shit going on in my life that's more important than this.
I thought you were older than that.
Thanks, mate.
Okay.
Shouldn't you be in the cellar killing something?
Yeah.
I can confirm I've smashed the like button. The XG for the like button smashes is not good at the moment, people. Like we're not seeing the XG converted into actual likes. So maybe you want to actually, instead of, what happens is a lot of you get near the like button and then you fluff it like Martinelli. So don't. It's pretty clear that part of our fan base don't know much of anything about coaching. I've only heard of winning coaches taking speakers to the training ground to replicate away atmosphere. I don't mind what people do to replicate. I'd like everything you do is a new idea in coaching and training and whatever gets through to people. What day are you thinking for the film studio? I was thinking Monday, but Carl still hasn't got back to me. So whenever Tom's available, I could do tomorrow night. This is a great question. Also, love this question, Half Volley. This is getting a star. Best question so far. 3 things Arteta should do differently next season. I'm going to ruminate on that. Zanzi, have you got one right now, or? I
think Arteta should get someone to the training ground with a megaphone, and when he sees someone fluff up, he says, "Oi, Odegaard, that was shit."
Actually, it's not pronounced Odegaard.
I'd help you to pronounce it. It's pronounced Odegaard.
Odegaard. Oh shit!
God, I love the Swedish chef. Do you know that he's called the Swedish chef in every country of the world except one?
Sweden.
Yeah. Do you know what they call him?
The chef.
The Norwegian chef.
Oh.
Because they think he sounds Norwegian. I just love the fact that Frank Oz, it doesn't sound like any Scandinavian dialect. Yeah, Arsenal ruined a lot of weekends, sadly. This is where I would agree with you. Look, I'm not trying to, I know I said don't get upset or sad. Of course you're going to get pissed off if we lose. If we lose that opening Sunday against Man United, it's going to be horrible. But it doesn't make it, that's why I like the Adams Arms will be open. We'll come in here, we'll whinge a little bit, and then we'll just have a quiz, or I'll drink my own body weight in tequila or something. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely get the feeling of like, when a game's ruined, I get most pissed off by games that really matter where we didn't seem to care enough, like Brighton 2 years ago, like Aston Villa last, we all know the games I'm talking about. So Anthony Ears Earth Vader Herbert has a question for you. And the question is, Razor and Zanzi, who is your celebrity crush? Do I have a celebrity crush? I don't have a celebrity crush now, but I used to think Meg Ryan was great, and everyone used to think I was mental for that.
Who's the girl who was doing the films?
The film.
This is it. It's the one where people are hungry. Hunger Games.
Yeah. Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes.
Yeah, she's definitely qualified. I don't know, like.
Yeah,
I just think
I just like her because I've seen her in the films, and I've seen her doing a lot of TV programs and stuff like that. And she's got a wicked sense of humor, and she laughs and she smiles. And if you get a good-looking girl laughing and smiling, that's enough for me.
Have we quite finished now? You've got from a little world there. You were holding hands in the park with Jennifer Lawrence when you were finding a
I wasn't
bench
holding hands, mate. I won't tell you what she
Keep
was
it
holding.
clean.
Okay.
And you're still young, Dan Idris Adam. You bless you. I'm not. I don't think playing Never Walk Alone in training helped Arteta versus Liverpool. I don't think it did either. But I think it was trying something new. What's he supposed to do? What are you supposed to do, man? You do everything you can, right? And look, whether you think Arteta's good enough for your beloved club, he's done all right, man. Like, for a guy that doesn't know what he's doing to get to the semi-finals of the Champions League, that's pretty impressive. For a guy who's absolutely clueless about how to buy strikers or play forwards or anything like that, to come second in the Premier League 3 seasons in a row, that's better than average. That should be obvious. I heard another person saying it. Ken was saying it on Deluda's channel. He was going, we're the 3rd biggest club in Britain, so we should be winning the league. It's like, oh, okay. Just saying. We're doing better than 3rd, aren't we? Change of formation. Yeah, actually, he's not wrong. There you go. Is that better?
No.
Still got the 2 up front, but I'm on the right. Actually, I'm not suited to the right. Sorry.
No.
Sorry, we tried it. It didn't work. Got to be prepared to try things, but you've also got to be prepared to accept when they're not working. Arsenal beat Liverpool twice since 2020. Yeah. Right. Well, I don't get you. But that's where I lose the will a little bit, because you're just telling me stuff that, I mean, hang on a minute. First of all, in the away games, we've drawn 3 in a bounce. The home games against Liverpool in the last 5 years, we've won twice. So you could marry that statistic. I mean, you're the one who doesn't like statistics. How's a different way of putting it? We've beaten them twice in the last 5 years. They haven't beaten us since 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I can't remember. I don't care anyway. It doesn't really make that much difference. They're going to have a few different players out there. We didn't drop points to Liverpool because the speakers were playing Never Walk Alone. No, exactly. Lucky Singh's here. Thank goodness. Nice to see you. Amadou Onana, Manchester United, you're next after once Benjamin Šeško completes medical. Lucky, why is Benjamin Šeško? I'm not trying to be rude here. Why on earth would he pick Man United? What is wrong at Newcastle? Their fans must be absolutely livid. They don't have to sell this season, you know.
I'm earning billions, but you can't. You have to sell.
You don't have to sell this summer. It's all paper nonsense. You haven't got a clue.
Pete.
It never gets boring. Like, it's banter, isn't it? Like, that guy is really hurting my feelings if he doesn't exist. I mean, that. Boy, Teddy, a draw is like a loss for me. Well, you have incredibly high standards, and where's that getting us?
It could be if you need to win 2-0 and you only draw 1-1.
Look, it's all contextual, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it's the last game of the season and Liverpool are losing and a draw will win us the league, a draw will not feel like a loss to anybody. If, on the other hand, we're drawing and we need 3 points to win, a draw will feel like a loss. It's contextual. You can't just... Sadly, football doesn't work that way, right? But I will say, what I'm really interested in, Mob, like, I'm not picking on you, but you're the most sort of vocally disappointed. I'm sure we're all quite disappointed with the game. But like, you're the one who was giving it fuming. You're the only one so far. And I want to know, what is it? Have you won things? Are you a competitive person in your own life? Do you enter tournaments? Do you win them? Because it's quite easy to sit. I mean, I'm the sort of bloke, I kind of, there's a part of me that watches someone like Bukayo Saka and go, when he fumbles or does badly, I go, I'm not competent to judge this guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it must be really difficult what they're doing. That's how I feel. I'm not saying you should forgive everything. I still thought Anthony was garbage, and I'm sure he's a lot better than me. I can't do that pirouette thing on the ball. You are allowed to dislike footballers, but I'm just saying, what is it about? Are you this driven in your actual life? Are you like this in your career? Do you play sports? What are you brilliant at? Do you bring this mentality to it? Are you this tough on yourself as you are on other people? Because I get that. People are like that. That girl doing films, Andy. No. William Holmes, brilliant to see, sir. Does Arteta know how to adapt to the strengths of the squad to get the best out of players? We don't know that yet. It is a worry, isn't it? It is a worry. because we can't be blaming the squad this time around. It's a good enough squad. I'd love to see Eze come in. I'd love to see Rodrigo come in. I'd love to see one more player. I know that there's a lot of stories today about Ademola Lookman, who I think is excellent. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. For all that I would love to see that happen, we currently have a 24-man squad, which I think is excellent. And we've got a couple of reserves in and around it that might be really useful. So, yeah, I think we have to wait and see. Jennifer Lopez and Grace from Love Island. Interesting. Dan, we rolling wheels in transfer market. You're spending money, man. Like, maybe fix the roof. I'm just saying. But yeah, you're definitely doing business. I mean, you're one of the top performing teams in the transfer market. Jordana LaJoey, another celeb crush. She's gorgeous. I have to look her up. We need to get Arteta out of the club. Yesterday was unacceptable. I don't think we ever sack managers because of the pre-season friendly. But again, your standards are incredibly high. Incredibly high. I don't think Arsene Wenger would have made it through the first season under you. We should be winning the league every 2 years. Interesting use of the word should. Fucking what are you smoking? That's brilliant, though. Yeah, very good idea. In our history, that hasn't happened, but it should happen. And I think so should Newcastle, so should Aston Villa, so should West Ham. Every team should win it. In fact, they should have a league every 2 years where everyone wins it. Would you be happy? And everyone gets a trophy. Is that what it is? Is it the millennial generation were brought up that everyone gets participation trophies, and so they just don't understand why we're not getting silverware? Should we just write to the other teams in the Premier League going, we're Arsenal, our fan base, really quite an entitled fan base, and even though in our history we've never won things every 2 years, they absolutely want it. So can we just have it? All right. Yeah. Anyway, Glazer's glad woken up for transfer, and I'm not sure it's them, man. But I don't know anything about it, so I'm having an opinion on something I don't know anything about. Shouldn't really do that. I was crushing on Julia Fox before she lost weight. World is cruel. How much weight did she lose? I don't know who she is. Did she lose an arm or something? Hello, thanks, AJ. Bloody good to see you, sir. Bloody good to see you. But I'll catch you up. Some people are fuming. Some people want Arteta out, and Zandy fancies Jennifer Lawrence. You've missed nothing. There you go. But next time, turn up on time, all right? I've won things, but not sports. It's all that easy to win thing, you know, stupid amounts of man hours poured into a project for what, some glory that doesn't motivate anyone. You know what? Like I played poker, so my job was winning things, and I gave everything some days. I can't imagine what it would have felt like to come third or fourth or get crashed out of a tournament because I did a stupid thing on, 6 hours in, and then have to go back and put the telly on and have people going, he just played that card stupidly. He's an idiot. He needs to be sacked. It's like, I don't know, man. I have been and am a very competitive person. Me and the family are playing Monopoly, and I want to win. I want to win everything I do, but I acknowledge it's really difficult. And I have no dog in this Arsenal. I can't say what Arteta's doing is right or wrong. It's better than it was. It's not as good as we all want it to be. Should we just agree on that and move on to fun things? William Holmes has given us a thumbs up. Zanzi, I think that's for you and your crush.
Yeah, I hope it's just for that. Nothing else.
Every 2 years. Now, that's going to become a meme here. Do you know that? Every 2 years. No, I'm just broke and just chatting shit. One thing, some of those footballers don't have a clue about reality. That's true. That is true. Like, what the fuck does Martin Odegaard know about reality? He was a 10-year-old playing Xbox. He was, I'll be Arsenal. And now he's actually the captain of Arsenal. That's not reality. That's way off reality. Life is, but then, you've got to figure that he had some talent, he put in some work. I mean, it's not reality for Max Dowman, is it? It's like, I always get this. Deluded was saying this yesterday as well. I love the show. I am a massive, if you aren't watching Deluded Gooner, I don't know what you're doing with your lives. But he was talking about it. He was going, Max has got to go and do GCSEs in 2 weeks. I was like, no, he hasn't. He's got to go back to school. If you're Max Dowman, you ain't going to school. You might be studying at the Hale End Academy, but I think you'll be fine,
I think
he's going to get a sponsorship.
Tutor.
He's going to be 16-year-old millionaire, like I was. Wouldn't be living the dream if we could win the league every 2 years. That would be insane. Boy, you're dangerously close to rational talk there. And the reality is that is so true. Like, imagine if we'd be ended up like Man City fans. Have you seen them? Do they all look stunningly happy to you? Is that what you want? Because that's what will happen. William Holmes, welcome. I don't know why I've given you a game show voice. Boy, Tendio, it's true. It takes a lot of work, but when you've got every resource in the world, best doctors, coaches, etc., there should be no excuses, no money problems. To be honest with you, you're right, but you also, that's the problem, isn't it? It's like we have every resource in the world. So do Man City and Newcastle. And the trouble is, when you've got everybody has access to almost infinite resources, then it kind of makes where we're starting from. Just to be clear, in a 92-team league structure, we did come second. I know it's not good enough. I know winning is all that matters and my life won't be better until we win. But just remember that, you know, they're not the shittest team in the league. Arsenal have been a lot worse in my time, and I still love them.
Oh, God, yeah.
What I love about Arsenal is not the players, it's not the board, it's not the manager, it's not Win the Dog, it's not the stadium, it's the fans. I love Arsenal fans. And when we win, we can all be happy. But now it's gotten to the point where when we win, some of them I'm going to be like, instead of enjoying their celebrations, I'm going to be like, you don't get to celebrate, you dick. You know, and that's bad. It's divisive. Will this fan base ever unify again, Zanzi?
I'll tell you what, if this fan base was around in the mid-70s when we finished 16th and 14th in the league, they would have gone absolutely...
And why weren't people going absolutely Garrity back then? Why weren't they just, you know, like...
Because, all right, so we've had 2 shit seasons, but we still support Arsenal.
You know, because I think it's a different... Do you know what I think? You're touching on something that's really important to me here, because I think a lot of people now in the... Stop it. Wait till I turn the lights off.
Yeah. I'll warm my hands up first.
I like him cold.
Oh,
but look,
okay.
leaving that aside, and don't stop cleaning glasses just because we're chatting.
Right.
The reality is, no, I have lost my train of thought. Yes, you've successfully knocked me right off my perch there. I really feel like modern football fans, like if you're watching football, if you're like a fan in California, you go, I like Premier League football, I need to support a team. You pick a team, right? I didn't do that. I know yours is one of the stories I do want to get on video, you know, about the rugs and choosing, you know, but most people that I knew my age who are Arsenal fans, it's because they're from the area. There were I don't remember people in Fever Pitch. He talks about being, I don't know, Milton Keynes people coming to, were there? Like, there just weren't, you know, like they had no business. People didn't travel so much. So you were an Arsenal fan if you were from the area. If you're from Gospel Oak, Kentish Town, whatever you want to call it, Tufnell Park, you know, Camden Town, if you're from one of them areas, who else are you supporting? You're not going to Middlesex to watch your football, are you? You might go, like, don't get me wrong, Leyton Orient, that's near. Arguably as near for me as... for a lot of time I lived in Hackney, definitely Leyton Orient, but come on, mate, Leyton Orient, do me a favour.
Thing is, I mean, but when I started supporting Arsenal in Sussex, where I was living, there was no football club that we could recognise apart from Brighton.
Yeah, but now that Brighton's a big team, but you know,
Brighton were 3rd, 4th division side then. So if you were going to support a club, Southampton's too far away and Portsmouth's too far away. You're looking automatically at the London sides.
Yeah, that's all right. And like, I think it's really great. And you talk to people, there's usually some element of family in there as well. So you got Miss Molina, who is as big an Arsenal fan as you'll ever meet, flies over from Toronto. That's massive. I love that there are people all over the world. Indonesia, when I was traveling in Indonesia, Malaysia, you meet Arsenal fans. They're proper Arsenal fans. But let's be honest, if Arsenal hadn't done well under Arsene Wenger, if we'd kept Bruce Rioch for another 3 or 4 years, if it hadn't gone the way it did, and we were still playing at Highbury and we were a mid-table team a bit like Everton or worse, right? We wouldn't have so many fans with such high expectations that were so upset when someone like Arteta comes along and takes us to second. There is an expectation that we're a bigger club than our history will tell you we are. When I was 16 years old, we won the first league in my lifetime. Bollocks, what am I talking about? 18 years old. I was 18 years old. And I thought it was a miracle. I wasn't like, right, well, we better do this again in 2 years' time or I'll be pissed off. I'm fuming. Like, I don't remember who we played the pre-season friendlies under Wenger, but there was a lot of travelling to Austria, and I don't think we ever really played anyone decent. I think pre-season friendlies can fuck off. It's true, it takes a lot of work, but when you got any... Oh, yeah, I've already read that one. Look at this one, though. He's straight in with, hey, sweeties. Hello, Mr. Nix. How are you? Son of Stevie. If you know, you know. Galvo! People up and down the YouTuber sphere are still talking about your performance here that night. We're playing in a league where 5 of the 10 wealthiest clubs in the world play. By far, hardest country to win something in. It's sport. There is no certainty. Zanzi, great shout on Jennifer Lawrence. I love it. Another great comment. We are blessed. Zanzi, let's take a moment. Don't stop drying glasses, obviously, but let's take a moment. We are blessed, aren't we? Like on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights and Sunday nights, I do look forward to these. We get some brilliant people in here. I know we don't all agree, but I respect all of, Mob, like you and I don't agree on everything. I think that's become obvious, but I'm always glad you're here. And I'm always grateful to hear that you have opinions and hear them and, express them politely and kindly. And look, we all do this, right? So thank you for that. I don't take you for granted at all. The Gooner crush is deluded Gooner. Yes. Not that kind of crush, but listen, I have become really narrow-minded in my YouTube watching because I went on AFTV. I watched Robbie. I love Robbie. I listened to him, and then Yardman was just, that thing you see on people that do listen to me, and you go, it's always people that never listen to anyone else. And he was like, no, you're not listening to me. We should have played Gyökeres for 90 minutes. It's like, what are you talking about? We're not going to listen. Yardman, we've got a team of doctors that tell us how long to play them.
I have to say, the thing I was surprised about is I thought if we're going to put Gyökeres on, or Victor on, we should have the players who would be playing behind him, like Rice and Odegaard, or Odegaard, whatever his name is.
What do you mean whatever his name is? Excuse me.
I'd help you to pronounce it. It's pronounced Odegaard.
Yeah. But we didn't. We had Ranieri and who's
Alan
playing? Huh?
I'm just saying names to wind you up. I know what you're saying. I can pull up the team for you if you like.
Was it Marino who was playing in Rice's spot?
Norgard started, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying as well. I mean, it's not the lineup we're expecting to start against Man United. Ranieri, Marino, and Norgard.
Yeah. But I said to my mate who was watching, I said, I'll bet you anything you like is that when Rice and Odegaard come on, Gyökeres is going to go off. What happened? He went off, and I thought, well,
he did. He got 60-something minutes, didn't he?
Yeah.
He got. Listen, there are lots of things I didn't enjoy about the game. I do think Max Dowman is just ridiculous now, isn't it? Ranieri, I thought looked so good as well, silky. Norgard took his goal really well. Jakub Kivior had a mare. David Raya hasn't looked good pre-season. Ben White, there's a lot that hasn't quite. Odegaard looked good to me. Max Dowman looked outstanding, and I have to say, probably the most exciting performance for me is if I say to you, this guy played 45 minutes, 37 touches in 45 minutes. That would be roughly 74-ish in a game, which is huge. 32 passes attempted, 32 passes completed. One of which was a key pass, which is actually quite good. In a game, anything over one key pass a game is good. He would have got one in the first half. No shots, but he won all his duels on the ground, didn't have one in the air and lost the ball once. Martin Zubimendi. Bloody hell, he looks good. He really does. And he looked like he wanted to get something out of that game. I thought Madueke wasn't terrible. Listen, what am I supposed to do? If I start wailing and gnashing my teeth because we lost 3-2 to Villarreal at home, I might as well just sport. I could do different. Does this happen? Actually, again, one of the things that came up in an interesting conversation I had with my bestie, Sean, you don't get fat. He was like saying, I was saying to him, because I know he likes cricket and I fucking hate cricket. And I know he likes rugby. But I don't like cricket or rugby. But I was like, does this ever happen in rugby and cricket? He goes, no, we don't really get people getting this angry. But I think it's because most people support cricket and rugby because it's a fun day out and they like watching the sport and they do it. It's a social activity. Football, it's all about, I'm an Arsenal fan. What happens on the pitch reflects me somehow. And it's like, I don't think you should be doing that, really. better race through some of these. Dan, all our clubs would want to win the league, but not possible. Your club's definitely had more than its fair share. I love to see homegrown talent coming through our academy. It is great. Max Diamond is next level, definitely. Can we do a quiz again, Dan? We will be doing a quiz again. Maybe this Sunday, maybe not. Imagine the birth rate year after Arsenal win the league. I like it. I like your style a lot. It had me scrabbling around to see if I might be somehow related to the 1971 double win, and then I realised no, it's a year too early for me. If Arsenal win the league 1 now, I sensed a quiz night. Mr. Tom, you'd win it. I support Manchester United 1982. That's deep. 82 was a shit year for Man United. 84 was my favourite shit year for Man United when you had Ron Atkinson. Forgotten you football fans. How many tops scored in the Champions League last season? I don't know what that means. Just waiting to hear about the movie quiz. We won't unify. It's a pipe dream. People don't want it either. Get rid of half the fans. Standards go up immediately. Do you know what? I would definitely red card a few fans. I'll certainly red card anyone who wants to get rid of Arsenal fans. You have to have some personality to be coming in talking about how you want half of the Arsenal fans to fuck off. If you don't like the fan base, might I suggest you find another one? Go and find one more suited to your temperament. Chelsea are looking. They're always recruiting. They can't fill their stadium, and it's shit. You could find that you're actually something of a Wolverhampton Wanderers fan. Perhaps your level of energy will boost their standards up. Don't give it like getting rid of half of the fans. Like, you're not a real fan if you think that, because the only thing that mate, I can't even begin with that. It's just nonsense. Our fan base has Luton, Nottingham Forest, and Brighton fans aplenty, though. Yep. Everyone's second team is Arsenal, and I'm really resent that, because I do think if Arsene Wenger hadn't come along and lifted us to these unprecedented heights, a lot of these modern Arsenal fans would have been somebody else's problem. There is a point where I think, like, if I could go back in history and just persuade Arsene Wenger to stay in Japan, by tying him to something, then at least you'd be able to get a ticket at the Arsenal, because if your whole attitude to being a fan is you have to win things, and piss off. It's tiring. You're tiring. You don't want to be tiring, do you? You're not trying to be tiring. That can't be the way you want to be. Join us. We're all having fun. Zanzi, are you all right?
Yeah.
Are you fuming?
Yeah. This is me fuming, mate.
You remember the last time you were actually fuming? Like last time a grown-up was actually fuming. It's got to be tax, isn't it? Tax or someone you love dying unnecessarily. These are things I would fume about. This is just fucking football, mate. Half the fan base goes and our standards will raise. Well, you want to be left with Lee Gunner. He doesn't even live in the country. You can just watch all. Lee Gunner's on 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day. Huh?
Where does he live then?
España. He lives in Spain. He lives in yeah. I don't know why he fled the country.
You have any fucking idea how busy I am, Lee Gunner? Well, fuck you.
Half of fans left. No other fan base has got people who say shit like that in it. Seriously. If half of the fans left, what are you talking about? Why do you support Arsenal if you don't like the fans? What kind of a numpty supports it? You don't have to. It's not national service. Go and support someone else. I only knew Manchester United because Matt Busby. That's deep. Movie quiz would be fun. Mob boss, Wenger Ball made us too popular. It did. It made us popular. People who think that all that matters is winning. And it isn't, for fuck's sakes. On Slags, because Sam gave you the answers, did he? Always poised for a quiz. Do we live with the fact that Wenger shifted the expectations of a fan base, or do we go back to where we were before Wenger? Can we demand similarly exciting football? From the George Graham era? I have to admit, George Graham did win. That wasn't great to watch. Box Fresh Limited. There was an article on the BBC about why so many black Londoners support Arsenal as a result of black players from Thomas Davis Campbell's Rocky era. Let's not forget Righty. I think it's also got a lot to do with the cosmopolitan nature of North London and the fact that we were blessed not to have the racist thugs that Chelsea and West Ham did. So I never saw, obviously I'm not going to notice racism in the way that you would do if you're a different colour. I know Akala grew up in Tufnell Park, and I read his book, and I was just totally blown away by it because he's 10 years younger than me, and his experience is so much different from mine. I have been stopped by police, but I usually deserved it. And like, he was on his way to a Person of Young Achievement Award and got pinched. And I just think, yeah, there's probably some systemic problems. There probably is everywhere in the world. But I think the reason that we are a cosmopolitan club is because we've always been a welcoming atmosphere. But nowadays, some people want half their fan base discontinued. It's like Thanos' glove. Just silly mob. Take it back. I'll let you take it back. I like you too much to let you say silly stuff like that. I'm not reading any more silly stuff like that out until you've calmed down. You're still fuming. I recall one of the questions was basically, what was your name, we is? And he got that one wrong. If we all agreed on everything, we'd be sheep. It's very true. I have no problem disagreeing. But what happens is that some people find it so difficult to accept that other people don't think they're right that they wish them into non-existence. That's what mobs. I know he doesn't mean it, but that's what he's saying. So I want half this fan base to disappear. Yeah, I mean, I want the people who are this miserable to disappear, but like, I can tolerate the existence of anyone who's respectful and kind to each other. Like, we'd throw anyone out of the pub through the window if they were disrespectful, wouldn't we? Bah! Oh, no, I miss Fresh Drip Art because that's the sort of thing he'd have said. Fans gave Wenger a chance. Not much of a chance, to be honest. He had to win something pretty quickly. First full season. Question, who played Mrs. Robinson in The Graduate? Apparently we're doing a quiz whether we like it or not, Zanzi. David Coates ref that quiz he was off his tits. Everyone, frankly, should curate their YouTube algorithm. Not every fan channel talking about Arsenal is worth clicking on. Thank you. You brought me to another. That's a brilliant point. Boy, idea. You know, like when people always go, please like and subscribe. Don't. The algorithm has nothing to do with likes or subscribes. Like, trust me, it really doesn't. If you never click a single time, if you never click like once while you're here, it won't make any difference to me at all. What YouTube does is it watches what you watch, and then it shows you stuff that you've watched, and that is a little bit different, but not too dissimilar from what you watch. So you're living in an echo chamber. So if you just want your suggestions to be as good as possible, don't watch a lot of shit you don't like. I have watched a lot of Lee Gunner. And one of the reasons I watch Lee Gunner is because philosophically, I am a pragmatic realist. So I have to admit that I could be wrong about anything. And part of the process of being a realist is to accept that there is a real world and other people's impression of it is valid. So I watch him because I think maybe he'll say something and I'll find it incontrovertible and I'll have to agree with him.
You're saying about you watch something and then YouTube gives you recommendations of what you just watched. You know the Bluebell line in Sussex, the train line. Yeah, I mean, I was on that in the late 60s. You know, winter time. You had you were given a cone of sweet chestnuts to eat, hot ones like that. It was really nice. So I saw this thing about Bluebell lines. So I'll watch that because it brings back memories from years ago. I thought, that's interesting. Next day I went onto YouTube. It was all fucking trains. I thought, no, fuck off.
Yeah, well, that does. I mean, I have, like, I know me and my mate James used to talk about it. We get really morbid stuff coming up at 2:00 in the morning that doesn't come up in the afternoon, and it's like I'll watch death row prisoners, and he watches serial killer things, and I am morbidly fascinated by those things. Typically, YouTube is just designed to keep people watching, so it will put things in front of you that are not exactly like what you've just watched, but it's incredibly good. So if you watch this, we may not get enough likes or views to be a big channel, and we don't have enough subscribers to be a micro influencer even. I think we're a nano influencer. But it doesn't really matter. We get people come on and they'll watch our entire show. We get good hours of watch time, and that keeps it monetized, and that keeps the 20 pence a month coming in. So listen, if you don't want to click a like, don't. I do find it weird that people are so mean with their likes, but then I do it. There are some channels where I make it a point to click on the way in, though. And Bancroft, absolutely the right answer. I did give him a year's supply of Scrumpy Rosie. Fresh Drip Art, as if by magic. Sorry, guys, I'm busy entertaining tonight. You're always entertaining, not just tonight. Hope you beautiful people are well and having a great time at Danzy Bar with Rosie and Miss Melina, who's not here. Smash that like button and sub if you haven't already. Great to see you. Hope you have fun entertaining. We'll all come around yours.
Who's entertaining, though?
Oh, well, we didn't ask, and he may tell us later. What TV show was Jack Nicholson referencing when he ad-libbed his Sonny in The Shining? His Johnny, it's a Johnny Carson show. Box Fresh says hello. Fresh Drip Art says, what's good, Mr. Tom? And then there's a lot of this. And then good evening, ladies and gents. Hope that's not you leaving. And then next question. Oh, stop asking questions. Clubs represent us. We pay their bills. Fans have a right to be angry. You have every right. You could be angry. I can't stop you being angry. You pay their bills. How much do you think you contribute to Declan Rice's annual salary? Do you know what I mean? If you suddenly went, right, I'm not. And first of all, Mob, like you know this, you're a smart guy. You're here. But if you suddenly stopped, do you know who'd notice? Nobody would care.
Can you imagine Declan Rice going in? Arteta,
Yeah.
what's this?
Penny missing on my fucking.
I'm missing 20p. What's that from?
Was I got paid for a packet of crisps? You can't even buy a packet of crisps. This whole thing of we pay their wages is the sort of shit people say to policemen, and you go, don't say that. You're going to get hurt. We pay their wages. We have a right to be angry. Don't then. Don't pay their bills. Don't give them anything. No one asked. Mob, you did not get a letter in the post however many years ago going, you have now been scripted to the Arsenal fan base. You are an Arsenal fan base member. You have no choice on it. Go and be a Chelsea fan. Give them your money. No one gives a shit. And I'm not just saying that about you. I said this on Tuesday. If everyone at the Adams Arms who's an Arsenal fan suddenly went, I can't be arsed with it, no one would notice. We chose them. They didn't choose us. You belong or you don't belong. If you don't like the fan base and you're angry that you're contributing 0.0000001 to the net wage bill, then don't. Job done. You'll cheer up. You think how much happier you will be if on the weekend of the 17th you don't have to worry about Arsenal Man United. You'll be like, hey, I watched the cricket instead. I don't know why you do it to yourself. No one's asking you to, by the way.
I think I'm going to go and support Chelsea. I'm back.
I am too. Let's do it.
Yeah,
I'll wear blue.
back. I'm back now. That's it.
I'm going to support. I've decided I'm going to support Liverpool. Hey, they're all right. I love them. Great. Good team, that. Right. My life didn't get better, by the way. It isn't better. Do love Liverpool. Right. So Kathleen Turner. Thank you. Easy. Love Kathleen Turner as Chandler's dad. Yes. Was it Kathleen Turner? That voice, huh? Independence Day. All right. Idris Adam. He's like a rogue. He's just come in here like a fucking rogue quizmaster, isn't he? What is the highest grossing movie all the time when not taking inflation into account? Fucking get my calculator out. I don't know. Gone with Wind. Gone with Wind. Mr. Tom, if you're a Leeds fan, you've got to say it like that. Gone with took wind. Took which took line took wardrobe. To Independence Day. Right, that's me from now, and I'm a Leeds fan now. Can I be a Leeds fan, Mr. Tom? Would you have me in the fold? Do you need more complainy ones? Who played Detective Rick Deckard in Blade Runner? It was Harrison Ford. And Mr. Tom knew that because everyone fucking knows that. Blade Runner, come on.
I didn't.
Oh, give over. I know it's an old film, but can't remember. Question. In what 2002 Oscar-winning crime thriller classic did Denzel Washington play a villain? Don't know. Training Day. I had to say it and then I click on it and it's there. George Graham had great players and manager that gave the team a chance. Oh, hello. Hang on a minute. No. George Graham brought in the players. We had Charlie Nicholas. He brought in some great players. We can all say that. What is the visual effects and animation icon behind the stop motion effects in Jason the Argonauts? Who was the visual effects and animation icon? No idea is the correct answer, certainly. 1970, George Graham had great players and was manager, mould everyone together. No, he was one of the players in 1970.
Yeah.
He joined Arsenal in 1986. And I don't remember being that pleased about it, if I'm honest. Eric Maria. Oh, I'm not doing any more quiz questions. They're there. You can all do them yourselves. Gary's here. Thank God for that. Welcome, Gary. Welcome.
Hello.
How is everyone? He wants to know. He hasn't said it, but oops. Responding to. There we go. There we go. Can you read out some of the comments, Zanzi?
Where you got up to?
What One of the last one on the route. Are you here or?
Hello, Gary. The Miller, who was Arsenal's first black player.
I know this. Do you know this?
I think I might do, but I've forgotten his name.
Brendan
Batson.
That's the one. 1971, Hydras Dam, Arsenal, Hey Rigiti, blah, blah. Question. Oh, fuck off questions. I'm really not time to lose that. I can't even be bribed. Put a rom-com in there for fucking Rosie, will you? Dan, glad, don't want Ransom Northside. Yeah, no, I don't want them either. But I've never felt that way. I've never disliked the fans' opinion so much I've wanted them out of the club. Almost never. Lee Gunner jars me too negative. You're not the only one he upsets.
You have any fucking idea how busy I am, Lee Gunner? Well, fuck you.
Can you imagine if it was back in the Highby days and the North Bank hated the clock end?
I thought they did. Honestly, I genuinely, as a young boy, because it's we're North Bank, Highbury, and they'd always we're Clarkin, and all the guys around me go, yeah, wanker, you know, like. But I didn't realise it was all fun. And then I spent some time in the clock end, not much. It's funny how you either one or the other, aren't you? Your clock end or your North Bank. I mean,
or you sometimes East or West Side.
My uncle. One of his best friends was Terry Burton, who was the youth team coach that, you know, that Tony Adams and Rocastle and all that lot reference a lot. So he would sometimes give us tickets and my uncle would take me and we'd be in the West. I'm pretty sure it was the West. Might have been the East. Actually, that's funny. I can't remember. No, I think it was the West because he took us to the FA Cup game where Jamie Carragher threw a coin at the crowd. Dickhead. So I've sat in every part of it, but no question about where my heart is in the North Bank. But it's funny when you're in the North Bank going, we're North Bank, Highbury, and then you hear them, the clock, and also they're not as loud as us. And my mate was like, they're further away down.
Were you ever there when the North Bank sang, clock end sang, and then the West Side sang, and then the East Side sang?
No.
And everyone just sort of said, oh, well, they're supposed to do that.
Hey, it was always a bit pathetic, wasn't it? Rattle your jewellery. Yeah, no, never really heard all four of them sing. But there was a fella, I talk about him a lot because he cracks me up. He's one of the characters who always wore the same jacket. So I was almost, for most of my time, I was north lower left side of the goal. And so we were right near the East Stand. And on the East Stand lower, pretty much in line with the goal, was a bloke who used to come in on a Saturday. Like, you know, if you've had a late night and you've been in the pub for a few before the game, used to come in and I'll be, I'll get to sit down now. Because you never get a seat in any of the pubs around there anyway. And you'd walk for ages and you'd get through the test, you'd get to your seat and you'd sit down and then you felt like I'd only just sat down and this guy would always go, stand up if you hate Tottenham. And I'd be like, oh, mate, do we have to? Can't we just all just agree that we hate Tottenham and just keep sitting down? And it used to be a thing I used to do. I used to go, stand up if you hate Tottenham, stand up if you hate Tottenham, stand up if you hate Tottenham, stand up if you hate Tottenham. And then I'd go, sit down if you hate Tottenham. And, you know, it's fucking brilliant days. What a brilliant way to spend a Saturday. And in all the time I ever went to a football match, and many times I've been to a football match, I've never heard anyone say, I wish half of this lot weren't here. Just silliness, man. I hate it. I do hate the people who are just angry with other people, that have high standards for other people, that basically haven't really done anything to deserve an opinion. But you know, if you love Arsenal, come and be an Arsenal fan. Don't ask for half the fucking fan base to disappear. That's a bit mental. I'd like half the Chelsea fan base to disappear. But they do pretty much 5 years after they last won something. Man City are going to be back down to fuck all fans in about 10 years' time if they don't win something. Goodfellas. No, that's a film. I like that film a lot. Even Yardman. I mean, Yardman's proper fucking taking it too far now. It's like, I just want to say to all the people leaving to go home to the match, God bless you and God is your savior. And it's like, whoa, hold on. Talking about the game again, just like bring it back. We don't all agree on religion. We don't all agree on politics, but we are all Arsenal fans. We don't even all agree on that anymore. Fucking brilliant, isn't it? don't like Northside rants. Sort people talk about manager sport is bad. They're doing it for money. Like, fair fucks them. Football's like religion, feelings over logic. Absolutely. But I suppose that's a really good point as well, Box Fresh, because you get in a religion, you get people going, I wish half of these people aren't proper religious types. They should be put to the sword. And anything. The pandemic.
What's your favourite biscuit then, Dan?
What did I say that prompted that? I missed the joke.
I don't know.
Is it something to do with... Are you asking in relation to something?
No, it's what Idris said.
Oh, right. Oh, my favourite biscuit is sea biscuit. If
Have you ever eaten sea biscuit?
Oh, I couldn't possibly comment on that.
Right.
What does sea biscuit taste like? A bit like Shergar.
Yeah.
So the pandemic proved that Premier League clubs don't need fans as long as the TV deal is paying out. That's exactly right.
Was it a bit hoarse?
Yeah. It's good for your throat, though. No, so, I mean, that's exactly right. It's like none of these... Also, fans are stupid, aren't we? Because we go again and again, no matter what happens. If we think we're hard done to, explain the life of a Crystal Palace fan for the last 50 years, you know? Right. So I think we pay their bills. Only Barca, some German team club model do. The fans actually have a share of say. Yeah. And it doesn't really work in Germany either. I mean, it hasn't exactly transformed the German league into a more sustained. I mean, like, you know, if you took Bayern out of the German league, it wouldn't really I don't think you could call it a top 5 league in the world, could you? It is. I do watch a lot of Bundesliga. I do find it hard to justify as a top 5 league.
I saw a stat sometime. I'm going back, 10 years or something like that, maybe. Might be even less than that. It was, I think, Sunderland came something like 12th in the league or something like that in the Prem. And their revenue was actually higher than Bayern Munich's was.
Oh, is that right? Well, the Prem does make silly money. I mean, it is silly money. Fair play. Do you know what I mean? I negotiated it and wasn't always thus. It is an exciting... I mean, objective. I think last season was not a good season for the Premier League. But you can watch any Premier League game and it's usually a good enough encounter. I really enjoyed watching Bournemouth last season. I really enjoyed watching Nottingham Forest last season. Probably more than I enjoyed watching us last season, if I'm honest. But, you know, Man United, Liverpool's a great game. Leeds, Man United's going to be a great game. Man City versus Liverpool's a great game. Arsenal, throw in Arsenal. Any of those people like to watch it. You know, Crystal Palace are exciting on their day. Like Wolverhampton Wanderers, I know they're not going to be the same team this season. They might even be relegation threatened. Some great players in our league, especially when you look at the players who've gone to Chelsea. That looks like Joe Hatto's gone. Gittins has gone, and looks like Xavi might still go. Some great players all over the place. This is the place where, you know, the money comes in, goes straight on players. We have a great tradition of stadia, and I love it. But I don't get that in German football at all. Last season was pretty weak in the Bundesliga as well. You know, we'll tell you how weak it was. Vincent Kompany won it. How about any sport where the team lose wages get cut? That happens in Arsenal, by the way. If you don't, you lose all your win bonuses and you earn less money. In all competitive sports, get paid less if they lose. It's just how it is. Players take a wage cut. Yeah, they do. They routinely take a wage cut built into. For example, any team that gets relegated, they all have relegation clauses built into the contract. Being a professional sports person is a short career and it's fraught with dangers. Genuinely, I sometimes ponder if Zanzi is AI, though I've heard people ponder the same about me. I know he isn't because, I mean, I'm not saying he's not artificial, but I don't think he's artificial intelligence. Are you, Zanzi?
Hang on. Computer says no.
I am always here, says Rosie. Rosie's definitely not AI. I'm currently talking to Amazon. Oh, take that back. I should have read that. Clock end sounds fun to shout and sing. We're clock end. I just always... It's funny, like... I never wanted to be in the clock end.
But when you played down the clock end, did you sing back?
When what?
But when you did sit in the clock end, did you sing back?
I found it really weird. I honestly found it really weird. I did used to go, we're clock end. I didn't. I was North Bank so much of my life because when I got taken to that match, I was 9 years old. I was in my, and then he took me to a few more games, and then we had to move out of home because there was some domestic violence issues, and then we were living with friends and couldn't really go to football. And then when I was a bit older, I used to walk to Highbury from my estate, which is about a 45-minute walk. It's about 2.5 miles away. I used to run a bit, walk a bit. And I used to just turn up on a day. I'm sure it was £8, and used to pay £8, go in and stand on the North Bank. It was never occurred to me. I think I thought that you had to be a season ticket holder or something to go to the clock in. I don't know. It just never occurred to me to go to the clock in. So for years, I used to just go to the North Bank, and I was North Bank, Highbury. And then my stepdad got hold of a season ticket. My brother used it mostly. But I got to use it, and I was in the clock end, and I was like, this is just weird. I don't feel right. And also the view from the clock end, shit compared to the view from the North Bank. It's like, where's the clock? It's just, hang on, hey.
Yeah, what's the time? Have we got me watching?
I haven't got a fucking clue what the time is. Yeah. I don't think I ever once used that clock for the time anyway. I remember when they unveiled the Jumbotron. That was the most exciting thing ever. I, for one, enjoyed trying your movie quiz, Adam. Well, I'm not saying you have to stop it. I love a quiz anytime, me. I love a quizzy. Who was the first feature-length animated movie ever released? Is that Steamboat Willie? Behave. No one here will know that. I hope that was right. I hope I was right. What was the highest grossing movie not accounting for inflation? The answer, I mean. Oh, okay. I should know it, and I don't. Mickey Mouse. Okay. Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
What's the name of the skyscraper? What's the name of the skyscraper in Die Hard? Is it Fantasia? 1932, Fantasia? Oh, it's feature length. Can't be Fantasia. Bambi and Titanic, animated, blah, blah, blah. Does anyone here still like football? Fucking hell. Here we go. Maryland Cookies is my favourite. I have kept that company in business. They are immense. I was playing cards in Vegas, and you get asked someone where they're from, and they said Maryland. They went, "Oh, where the cookies are from?" And they just looked at me like, "What?" They're not known for cookies at all. It's just a brand. I felt like a right bug. I was like, "That's where the cookies. That's where you make cookies." Like, well, we do have cookies, but we're not known for cookies. I was like, well, you can fuck off then. I like cookies. What's your favourite one? The purple ones, double chocolate. You know it. It makes sense. In what 1976 thriller does Robert De Niro famously say, "Are you talking to me?" Taxi Driver. Rocky. Scarface. Rocky Biscuits, lol. What's the name of the anthemic dance near the beginning of the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Let's do the Mr. Tom Gets 'em Right. It's just a step to the Tom. Do, 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 do. Tom's chat GPT is on fire. What words are written on the knuckles of Reverend Harry Powell Robert Mitchum in The Night of the Hunter? Is it love and hate? Right and I don't know. Brighton are decent too. How far behind am I? 12:07. Oh shit. Well, 5 minutes, not too much. Who's the only actor to receive an Oscar nomination for acting in the Lord of the Rings movie? Fuck yeah. I don't know that one, Adam. I went to the Bundesliga game. It was amazing the way the fans are treated is much better. This is true. This is true, I think, almost everywhere. Like German, Austrian fans, do get a bit. You could it is just different. But to be fair, actually no, German. Some places you go in Germany is pretty tasty. I haven't been that many, but I do know. I'll never know, Tom, but I'm suspicious human. I'm a suspicious human. So, for which 1964? Why are you asking questions before the other's been answered? But that one is Sound of Music.
Sound of Music.
The hills are alive with the sound of music. What's this? Well done, lads. Tapping out. Chat you soon. Oh, he can't go. Where's he going? Why are you letting him go? 1979 James Bond movie does the famous spy go to outer space. There's Moonraker. And in the book, it's a train. And Mr. Tom knows everything. Lone Star Londoner. Okay. Well,
hang on. In the book, he's on a train.
Yeah, it's not a spaceship. But
in the film, they put him in a spaceship. Oh, yeah, it makes perfect logic. Huh?
I think I know we talked about James Bond. I've kind of given up on the project I was doing. I mean, I've written a lot of it, but when the problem is, I wrote a lot of A Time to Dare, No Time to Dare, evidence that the amount I've written. But I know that didn't really evidence anything. But look, No Time to Dare. I just got bored. I was like, this is going to be so difficult to make using just AI, and it's a nice little story. But I think it's not as... Maybe I will do it. I've talked myself into and out of it again.
You only did that because you got a new stencil, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not a new stencil. It's my stencil.
Oh.
No, I wrote loads. This is loads. Chapter 1. The FA has never been busier with the growth in interest in the English game. And it's a riveting read. Page. I got listen, don't fucking... 26 pages I wrote with that. I don't know if you'd appreciate it. You're all Philistines. You want half a fan base gone. I think it's safe to say the night's the last thing people want to discuss is football. Some nights the last thing people want to discuss is football. I'm not sure we have talked that much football, have we? Live and let die. Live and like. Live and Let Like. Bond films. The Like Who Loved Me. What's another good one? Like Raker. I'm on fire. Never Say Like Again. The Spy Who Liked Me. Come on, Zanzi, get involved. No
like
time
Keno.
to what?
Like Keno. Well, I can't think of anything to do with Casino.
Oh, right. I thought you were doing Doctor Like.
Doctor Like, yeah.
Yeah. Diamonds are like. Likes are forever. Rosie's on it. 24 likes, people. You know what to do. I have been subtle in my past. Mind you, I think everyone who's here has pressed like. And if you haven't, you're probably... I think Mob hasn't said anything for a while. I think, Mob, if you're still there, can we be friends again? Can I be in the half of the fan base that you can tolerate? Putting a fan on. It's sticky and hot tonight, and we like it that way, but I do need cooling breeze. Fuck off. There's one thing coming in and doing a rogue quiz, but don't you start shouting last orders. The fuck is that? What? A liberty. Casino like Arley. Let's get involved, guys. Danny C. Hello and thanks, Rosie. Live and let like dun 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 dun. Just me. Oh, I feel so much better now. What else did we want to talk about? Maybe we should just call last orders. What do you reckon, Zanzi?
Oh no, let's talk about how crap our season's been so far, and it hasn't even started.
No, it's terrible. I think we sack everyone and start again.
Yeah. Or do what Miss Malaire said. Just get rid of all the players, get rid of the stadium, knock it down.
It's not good enough. The standards are not high. When's Miss Molina doing more content, Rosie? Has she said anything? Been a bit quiet, all quiet on the content front. I know she's doing the Man United game. I should probably have to do 2 watch-alongs at once. I will be supporting Miss Molina, as I hope you all will. I'm also thinking, I prefer to think of it as Casino like Arley as in Royale. Yes, I like that. That's very good. Yeah, it is really good, actually. Trust you to be really clever. Do we do a watch-along for the friendly, Zanzi?
Did we?
No, I'm saying should we? Ought we?
What friendly?
We've got... Come on, mate.
It's not a friendly. It's the Emirates Cup.
Okay. All right. Name the last 5 winners of the Emirates Cup.
Arsenal?
Yes. There was a spell where we didn't win it, wasn't there? I had to see.
Yeah.
When did I go? I went to the Emirates Cup, 2012.
I
It was a
can
nice
remember when
day
the
out.
Emirates Cup used to be 4 teams, wasn't it?
Yeah, did you? Well, no, hang on. Was it? It wasn't known as the Emirates Cup, Makita Trophy and shit like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember we played. I remember one at Highbury where we played Sampdoria and Gianluca Vialli was still playing for them. I remember. That would be 1991, I think. That would have been. Breaking news: more quiz on Sunday. You should get him on it, don't you think? You've done well with a quiz there. You've definitely people liked it. It took their attention off us. We could have just been sitting there playing cards. Then. 18th of August, she's scheduled. Yep, that can't be right. It's the 17th of August. There is no match on the 18th of August. We're playing Man United on the Sunday, the 17th. That doesn't make any sense. It can't. She's not a day ahead.
She has corrected herself.
Oh, has she?
She has.
Sorry. Well, I think you should do watch along. I think we should do watch along. Zanzi, are you up for a watch along?
I don't know because I've not been watching it.
Because
really,
you're not going to watch it. That's the problem, isn't it? Doing a watch along,
No.
we're using stuff. Well, then what you should do is you just be here and I'll tell you what's going on. I'd enjoy that as well because I just make shit up, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
And there are people on the pitch now. There is a melee set to half of the fans are tooled up and they have attacked the other half of the fans. It's all kicking off.
The stadium's on fire.
Stadium's on fire again. This is carnage. Oh, the humanity. Gary is getting a bit Pulp Fiction-y. Is he?
Hello.
Well, with cheese. I see what you mean. Fiction-y. Rosie, what sort of food do you like? Pizza. She likes banana on pizza. That's what she likes. Do you know what?
I like anchovies on pizza.
I'm going to call time because, like, you know what? It is what it is, right? We're doing a show on Sunday. I think I'm up for doing a watch along. Saturday, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, perfect timing, watch along. I get some time with the family and time after it. Let's do it.
I just think it's enough time to have a match 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it's not unusual, is it?
No.
I don't know what a good time to do it. I mean, I don't like the 12:30 kickoffs. I like 3 o'clock, but I suppose I don't know actually. What is it? Is it Saturday afternoon in North London? I mean, the problem is the Emirates is in a shit place for transport, and you know it is always tough to get to and from the matches. But I love pineapple. I love pineapple and vegetable on pizza. Meat doesn't belong on pizza. Oh, come on. Half of this fan base is just mad. I just want to say that I enjoy the channel and chat you've cultivated as. Oh, thank you, Mr. Tom. Can't wait to do our film. Can you let me know at your convenience when would be good? I could do a film review program pretty much any day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Just let me know.
Why is Mr. Tom still here? Because he was going ages ago.
It's because of your magnetic personality and the banter, and that's why. I love Vietnamese and Chinese food. Lucky, that's my favourite. I love Chinese and Vietnamese food. Absolutely smash that.
I like Thai food.
Yeah, Thai.
Because it's got that spice that Chinese food doesn't have.
Best meal I think I've had was J Phi Thai street food. She did. Oh my god, it's Michelin rated street food. I'm not even joking. She has a Michelin star, and she's cooking on a wok burner outside the. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's the first time I'd ever had crispy aromatic duck as well.
What in Thailand?
No, not in Thailand. No, in a Thai restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Because someone said, "Oh, if you're going to go to that restaurant, have the crispy aromatic duck." And I thought, "Oh, all right then." So we had that as a start, and I thought,
it's next level. If it's done well, it's next level.
Yeah, God, yeah. She came out and she prepped it on the plate, and I'm dribbling. I'm going to go. Yeah.
The sound of the crispy skin as well, just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Obviously, no offense if you're a vegetarian.
Yeah.
That would be something I would if I did.
Onions.
If I went vegetarian, I've tried veganism for a bit. If I went vegetarian, I would miss. I think Chinese food's great though because you don't have to have meat. So, but things like crispy aromatic duck, I would definitely miss.
Yeah.
Like just you pork. Do you know what, Rosie? I meant to ask you this. I meant to ask you this. What do you think about a food segment on the Gooner Channel or on a separate channel? If we're doing a movie one, or separate, I really fancy getting everyone together to talk about food with no pretense that we're here for football at all. Because I reckon we could do it. What do you reckon, Zenzi?
Are you going to do it from your kitchen and cook something as well? Hi, I'm Dan.
I really like that idea, mate.
Yeah.
That's a pretty specially good idea, actually. Yeah, we could. Yeah, I could cook something, or at least, yeah. Why not? Fucking brilliant idea. All right, I'm loving it. Do you know what? People will come and go through the Adams Arms. Hopefully, you all know you're always welcome here, even if you have slightly off-color opinions that I don't enjoy. I don't need you to agree with me. I don't need anyone to agree with me. I'm always glad you're here. I love that we talk about football and we tend to just get past that quite quickly. Saturday night, that sounds good. Maybe do it. Maybe what we'll do is we'll do the watch along, and then straight after we'll branch off into a movie thing. I think that's a good idea. If that's okay with you, that works. Certainly works for me on a Saturday. I would love to do a cooking show, though. I really like, not a cooking show, but a show where we talk about food, because it's the things we're passionate about, isn't it? Goldbridge did something like that, never seen but cool. What was it? Did he do like food as well? That surprised me. I haven't had chicken corn. What's chicken corn? Corn's like a fungus. It's not meat. Seitan. I've actually Seitan. The wheat extract, which is a very good meat replacement. It's got a texture, not the flavour necessarily. So, as I understand it, Zanzi, if you're happy to do that, I'd like to join once football watch along has ended for a movie discussion. Let's do that. That sounds absolutely brilliant. Rosie's making chow mein tomorrow. Lucky video to come. Brilliant. Chow mein is one of my favourite meals. You can't go wrong. Just love food. It's not. If it wasn't obvious, I love food. You know, I love a pie. But Idris Dan, thanks for your quizzing. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a great sport every single time. I'm always glad you're here. Thanks to all of you who've been here. And we will be doing a watch along on Saturday, followed by a movie discussion. Mr. Tom, I will let you. I've got a few films I'd love us to talk about, and a few that I think you've seen that I don't know if I should see or not. So I want to pick your brains on that. So 5 o'clock, 4:30 on Saturday afternoon. If you're not sure where to be at the Adams Arms. Zanzi, if you're watching it, we'll jump on. I don't think you should do a watch along if you're not watching it. It's kind of sound along, but I'd love to see you here if you do want to be behind a bar in any case. And for the rest of you, I'm going to leave Zanzi for his last word now.
5 o'clock Saturday is going to be impossible because it's sort of smack bang in dinner time.
Right, well,
and my missus will beat me black and blue if I don't cook for her.
Well, you know,
I like it.
To the words right out of my mouth.
I'll tell you something, mate. I can show you the bruises, but it'll be X-rated.
You haven't got a camera. As established, I have opinions on any movie, even if it's I haven't seen it. That is the thing, isn't it? I mean, I haven't seen it. I tell you what, I watched. I've watched some good films lately. I've had some time off and keeping myself mentally busy. I've watched films. I really like the True Grit film, the remake. I really did enjoy that. The movie show is going to be brilliant. Got so many to talk about. Probably gone quite long. Join us at midnight before we finish, Andy. But last words from you. We've got 1 minute, 30 seconds to go.
Been an excellent show tonight. Brilliant chat in the chat. Brilliant, you, as always. Signs on the wonk, though, but I haven't mentioned that. But I noticed that you're missing it out tonight.
Missing a what? Missing a what?
you're missing it out because we can't see it all because it's
There you go.
no.
It was. I had a bit of a headache when I started. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. I had a bit of a headache when I started, so I didn't put the lights on as strong. There you go. It is on the wall. It's incontrovertibly true. Also, neither Rosie nor I don't think, or did I miss the comment where they took the piss out of what I was wearing? I think I might be wearing the same jacket I was wearing on Tuesday, so probably just rewind to what's that. Guys,
you could just say that when you put it up, it's perfectly straight, but you had an earthquake.
Yeah. See, I'm not smart enough to have thought of that. What I can say, though, is that I absolutely adore all of you for being here. I'm really grateful, and I'm looking forward to Saturday. And last words from you. You've got 10 seconds.
It's been emotional.
It's been emotional.
Yeah.
Be lucky. Lots of love. Bye.